Hello everybody, it's Maikito. I hope everybody's having a good day and has had a good day so far. There's a pretty big slate as always when it comes to Saturday slate. No Premier League games, but there's still a lot. There's La Liga games, Serie A games, Bundesliga games. There's a lot of games to go through. I actually did find a lot of picks that I did like, and as always, if I do have any added plays, it will be in the pinned comment either later tonight or it could be tomorrow. Not sure. I do have work early in the morning, so might have picks, but don't expect them because I'm not sure if I'll be able to look. And I did see the comments about the Outlier video. I am planning on making one. It will be soon when I do have time, but I am planning on making one, so stay tuned for that. But I won't waste any time. I'll go straight into the picks. And the first one is Tijani Reinders to go higher than 1.5 shots playing away from home for AC Milan, going up against Empoli. He averages 2.26 shots per 90, and he has a great matchup here against Empoli, who allowed the third most shots to opponents at 15.1. He went over against them in the first game with 3 shots. We just need 2, and 2 of his 3 shots were actually goals, so he had a great game against him in the first game, so I expect him to try to play good against them again here. And he's gone over this mark in his last 3 out of 5 games. He went over against Roma, Inter, and Parma. Two tough matchups and 1 easy matchup. And the games he went under in the last 5 was against Dinamo, and in that game, AC Milan had an early red card, and Girona was the Champions League game, and they had an early lead. And having a lead in the Champions League is much more secure when it comes to them trying to play defensively compared to the Italian league. And again, he has a great matchup now. He's a long shot taker as well. 22 shots from outside the box, 21 from inside the box. So 50% of his shots that he takes are from outside, which shows you that if he gets the opportunities to take the shots, he will take them. And he is very, very likely to be playing in the 4-3-3, him being one of the midfielders next to Fofana and Musa. And those two are the ones that are much more defensive, which means Reinders will have much more liberty to be running back and forth and be able to attack. He'll move up in the attack whenever they're going up against Empoli. Especially even whenever they play on counters, he's one of the players running up there because he can run pretty much the whole game. He will be the box-to-box, and I think it's a good line here. So like Tijani Reinders to go higher than 1.5 shots. The second play that I found that I like is Marcel Sabitzer to go under 0.5 shots on target playing at home for Borussia Dortmund, going up against Stuttgart. He's gone under this mark in 12 out of 17 games overall in the league. That's 71% hit rate. But then 5 of those he didn't start. So 12 of those games that he did start, he's gone under in 7 out of 12. So that's a 58% hit rate. And if you look at the games he went over against Bayern, Freiburg, Bremen, and Stuttgart. And in those games, he went over because he was playing as the center attacking midfielder, playing much more than attacking role in those games. But now, especially lately, he's been playing as a center defensive midfielder in a 4-2-3-1, and because of that, he's gone under in 6 straight league games, and I expect him to go under in this game as well. Stuttgart allowed the fifth least shots on target to opponents. And even that in the first game, he played as the right attacking midfielder, played much more of an attacking role in the last game, and didn't even manage to get a shot at all, let alone a shot on target. And I can see this happening in this game. Who knows if he even gets a shot in general, and if he does, I do not see him being a shot on target. Besides, then they weren't top 8 when it came to the Champions League. They are in the playoffs, so their next game is an away Champions League game to Sporting, who's a tough matchup. And in 50% of the games in which he has played, in which the next game is a Champions League game, he has been subbed out. So pretty good chance that he could get subbed out in this game, and that's obviously good for us because that means he doesn't have all the time in the world to be able to get that shot on target. Besides, it's a tough matchup. It's not like he's playing a great attacking role, so I like Marcel Sabitzer to go under 0.5 shots on target. My next prop, I've taken him before, and he's came through. I'm taking him again, and it's Arthur Theate to go higher than 0.5 shots playing away from home for Frankfurt, going up against Mönchengladbach. They currently still have this play at plus money, and I'm going to take it at plus money, especially on this matchup here. He's averaging 1.34 shots per 90. He's gone over in his last 9 out of 10 league games and 15 out of 19 games this season overall in the league. That's a 79% hit rate, and one of the games he didn't go over was against Mönchengladbach, but that was because he had an early red card around 15 minutes into the game. He got an early red card and he didn't play, but obviously I do not see that happening again. And the reason why I like to take him even at plus money, and he has a good hit rate overall, is because he's a center back, a defender, but he gets shots not only during regular play but set pieces as well. 10 shots have been from regular play, 13 have been from set pieces, and Gladbach allowed the 4th most shots to opponents, so it's a good matchup here. And the 10 shots that he's taken in the league that were regular shots were all long shots. So as long as he has the space to shoot, he will shoot. And I like that as well, because Gladbach are not an aggressive team, which means if he plays up, he'll have the space to take that shot, and we just need him to get that once. And that's without even taking into account the fact that I said that he also plays up whenever they're taking those set pieces. So not only can he get that opportunity from just the long shots in general, he will also be in the box to take those set pieces and get a shot from there as well. And I just think it's good value for a good hit rate prop and in a good matchup. So no reason to over explain that one. So I like Arthur Theate to higher than 0.5 shots. And then the 4th and final player prop, a lot more player props than usual, but I like all of these. It's his teammate. This one is on PrizePicks. It's Hugo Ekitike to higher than 3 shots. Again, playing away from home for Frankfurt, going up against Mönchengladbach. He averages 3.97 shots per 90, and he's been getting much more volume ever since Marmoush left the team and went to Manchester City. In 5 games that he's played without Marmoush, 3 of them have been league games, which is what you see on the screen. 2 of them have been Europa League, and he's had 3+. And 4 out of the 5 games in which he has played without Marmoush since he's been gone. And the only game he went under was against Roma, who's in the Europa League, which was a tough matchup. But now that they play Mönchengladbach, which who I mentioned, allowed the 4th most shots to opponents. And if you look at the 4 games that he went over with Marmoush gone, he had 5 shots, 5 shots, 8 shots, and 3 shots. So we just need him to get 3, and he's been taking those shots, and there's no reason why he can't take them against Mönchengladbach here. He's taking 46 from inside the box, 17 from outside the box, and then 46 with his right, 9 with his left, and 8 headers. So he's not the most versatile per se, in which like his shots on target or his shots in general are like half with his right, half with his left, or half outside the box, half inside the box. But he will take them if he has the opportunity to, because he has taken them before. And he's also their penalty taker now as well. Since Marmoush is gone, they had 1 penalty since he's been gone, and that was against Hoffenheim, and he took that penalty as well. So he can take those as well. And I did mention Mönchengladbach aren't an aggressive team, but when they do foul, they foul in dangerous areas. So the good chance that Gladbach could give them a penalty, and that's just another shot for Ekitike to take as well. He's also a good dribbler and a counter-attack threat. So if he gets on the counter, he can take those opportunities and find the shots on his own. And again, he has more value. He's going to get more volume shots now in a good matchup. It's a good line. And he in the first game he played against them, he had 4 shots, and that was next to a second striker. Marmoush got subbed in as well. So in that first game he played with Marmoush, still had 4. Now he's playing without him as the main striker at 3. I think it's a good line and a good matchup. So like Hugo Ekitike to go higher than 3 shots. Before I get into the money lines, as always, if you guys please could like the video, comment as well. It helps boost the video out to more people. And if you want to subscribe, I really would appreciate it. Turn on those notifications so you're notified when these videos are out, because these lines do tend to get bumped and taken away sometimes relatively often when I make these videos. And if you want to, 1, support the channel, and 2, get the videos out early before they go out public, I do have the memberships available. If you're not a member, those that are already got all these plays and videos before everybody else. So if you're interested in that, link is in the description. I don't hide any picks. That's just for those, like I said, who want to support the channel and get the picks out early. And I do have the Discord linked in the description for those that want to join that. Not a premium. Like I said, I don't hide any picks. It's just for those that want to talk about their own plays, other sports in general. Just a good community I'm trying to build over there. Link for that's in the description. Same with the Outlier, which is my data app that I use, my moneyline app, which is Fliff, and my player prop app, which is Underdog and PrizePicks, all linked in the description. And I really want to thank anybody who supports me in any way. When it comes to the money lines, I have 2 plays that I like, and the first one is both teams to score in the Freiburg and Heidenheim game. You can currently get this on Fliff for -160. Freiburg extremely likely to score. I'm pretty much expecting Freiburg to score here. It's just whether or not Heidenheim scores. Heidenheim have conceded 24 goals in 10 away games. That's the 3rd worst away defense. And even when they played at home and Freiburg played away, Freiburg were able to score 3 against them in that first game. So I'm not really worried about Freiburg scoring. Besides, they've also scored 18 goals and 9 at home. We just need them to find the back of the net once, which I expect them to. Like I said, whether or not Heidenheim scores, and I believe they will, because Freiburg have conceded 13 goals in those 9 home games, and despite being bad defensively, Heidenheim have still managed to score 16 goals in 10 away games. So that's 1.6 goals per game away from home. It's still relatively good for an away team, especially a team like Heidenheim. And they have scored in the last 4 out of 5 games, and Heidenheim play a lot of long balls and they cross the ball a lot. And Freiburg are a team that are weak in the air and are weak on set pieces. So Heidenheim can take advantage of that matchup in which Freiburg are weak in and find the back of the net. Freiburg have allowed on average 13.6 shots to opponents, which is above average, and they're not an aggressive team. So again, Heidenheim will get the opportunities. We just need them to find the back of the net, and I believe they will. So I like both teams to score in the Freiburg and Heidenheim game for -160. And the second play that I found that I like is the Leverkusen money line playing away from home, going up against Wolfsburg. You can currently get this for -140. I think you're getting great value here for Leverkusen to win. It's not like they're playing a tough matchup. Wolfsburg is a decent team, but they're nowhere near Leverkusen. They're the much better team. They beat them in the first game at home 4-3, and I do not see Wolfsburg scoring 3 in this game at all. I can maybe see them scoring 1. I don't even see them scoring 2. They had a scary game last game, 3-2 against Cologne, but one of two things happened here. Either one, they learn from their mistakes and they play a lot better defensively this game, or 2, it just shows you that they will come back even when they're down. Even in the first game against Wolfsburg, they were down and they came back and won. So either 1, they play much better defensively, or 2, even if they somehow go down, they will come back, which is what I like. And Wolfsburg are winless in their last 3 games, 2 draws and 1 loss, and they've conceded in all 3 of those games, and have conceded 6 goals in those 3 games, and that's dangerous for a Leverkusen side who in just the last 5 games have scored 11 goals. So they average over 2 goals a game. So that's, again, dangerous for a team like Wolfsburg to allow that many shots and allow that many goals recently. And Leverkusen have been in good form, at least scoring-wise. And on average, Wolfsburg allowed 14.1 shots to opponents, so that's relatively high. They can't defend set pieces, and that is what Leverkusen is known for scoring, especially when they want to come back. So again, just very dangerous. They've conceded 21 goals in 10 home games, and Leverkusen will score those goals. Leverkusen have automatically already qualified for the Champions League, which means they don't have a game coming up in the next weekdays. So their next game is not until next week in the Bundesliga, so they have plenty of time to rest. So there's no reason for them to hold back. They need this win so they can try to close the gap with first place, which is Bayern Munich in the league. So I just think it's too much for Wolfsburg to handle. They're going to have plenty of rest, so there's no reason for them to hold back. So I like the Leverkusen money line for -140 going up against Wolfsburg. Thank you everybody for watching. Quickly going over last video's picks. It was I believe a 1 and 2 day, so not great. But obviously we always come back from those days, and hopefully we can come back from those days. The play that hit was the Garcia play, shots assisted. He came through for us. And then Jakob, he didn't start. He DMP'd, which honestly was a blessing in disguise, because I believe the keeper that did play, Hermansen, didn't even go over that prop. So even though it DMP'd, honestly, I'll take that as a win. And then I had Weah to take 1 shot against Como. I honestly expected him to take 1 shot. He didn't take a single one. That was an added play, so that was unfortunate. And then we had the Bayern game that where the Bremen wouldn't lose by more than 4. They lost by 3. That came through. But in the Vallecano via the lead game, we just needed that game to have 2 goals. And both teams were missing so many chances. It was so frustrating to see, so we unfortunately missed that play. But as always, we can come back from those days. I love my reads and I love these plays. And hopefully we can do a lot better when it comes to Saturday slate. And like I mentioned, if I do have any added plays, if any, they will be in the pinned comment, or either tonight or tomorrow when it comes to those. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, and we can cash out tomorrow.